journaling or you're kind of self-reflecting or even going for a walk, sit down and just think back to your life 5 years ago and really try to envision what your life was like 5 years ago. This is the oldest wisdom in the book, right? Go to the Bhagavad Gita, right? What does the Bhagavad Gita say? It says, you are entitled to your labor, but not to the fruits of your labor. What that means is you do your work, but you don't necessarily get attached to what the outcome is going to be. The value is in the job that you did. The beauty is in the work that you put in. It is complete in and of itself. Whatever happens, happens. That's not up to you. The universe is a big, complicated place. All you know is you did your best job, and that has meaning. In my world, that means that you're impatient with your actions at all times, but you're patient with your results. And you don't necessarily know how it's going to work out. You know, there's a beautiful saying in Arabic, inshallah, God willing. That is a lot of just how the world works. Look, you didn't choose where you were born. You didn't choose when you were born to your parents. You didn't choose what age you live in. You didn't choose your height, your weight, your genetics, your environment, your conditioning, your actions. You chose almost nothing on this planet. So you do your best work that you can according to your own moral code. And what's going to happen is going to happen. It's kind of like a movie. It's playing out. How much of it did you really pick? Don't get too stressed out or attached to the outcome. One very helpful exercise that I like is just, and you have to do this for yourself. This will help you only if you genuinely do it for yourself. So I'm not going to do it for you. No one else should do this for you. But, when you have a lazy afternoon sometime and you're sort of journaling or you're kind of self-reflecting or even going for a walk, sit down and just think back to your life 5 years ago and really try to envision what your life was like 5 years ago. Think about where you were, how you dressed, who your friends were, who your lover was, what you were into, what you were working on, what your emotional state was, and write down the best advice that you possibly can to yourself from 5 years ago. Then do the same thing to yourself from 10 years ago, and the same thing from 15 years ago, and 20 years ago, and however long it makes sense to go back. And I think you will find that you are your own best therapist and advisor. You're the person who knows yourself the best. And I think what you'll find is that there will be a consistent pattern in the advice that you give your previous self. And I think that will actually, in a weird way, answer the question that you asked. But I don't want to do it for you because then it loses all meaning. True knowledge only comes from doing the work.